Happy Friday. This is January 31st, 2025. My name is Linda, and this is Astrology for the People. I want to talk about Jupiter because I don't know about you guys, but I really want some good news. It's been a long month. So, every 10 years, there's this Jupiter Saturn square exact that happens, so it doesn't happen often. Every 10 years. So it's significant, it's important for you to be aware of. The first period was on August 19th, 2024. The second period was on December 24th, 2024. That ended on January 23rd, 2025. Yay, right? I love it. I'm glad that square is done as of January 23rd. We're going to have a little break from Jupiter square. Why do I sound like I really dislike this Jupiter Saturn square? For very, very practical and very obvious reasons. Jupiter is the planet of optimism, expansion, growth. On top of that, everything else that you could think of that are, joyful, abundancy, prosperity, expansion. I think I already said that. And then when you make a square to Saturn, and this square to Saturn is limitations, restrictions, disappointments, delays. I mean, Saturn is not a bad planet. Nothing in astrology is bad, quote unquote bad. It's good and bad. It's strength and weaknesses, right? So it's, for me, when it comes to astrology, it's potentials, it's opportunities. Nothing is, guaranteed or for sure. Nothing. That's how I see astrology. So with this Jupiter square Saturn, just look, okay, first, Jupiter is in Gemini, Saturn is in Pisces. Grab your chart and see where this transit has impacted you directly and personally. Jupiter in Gemini is, plans and ideas and projects that we might have, goals that we might have, plan out, map out, think about it, try to create, try to accomplish. But then with the square to Saturn, for different reasons, there were limitations, restrictions, and disappointment and delays. Now you look at your chart and see where this transit is happening, and then that would tell you and point you towards the area of your life, or confirm it, because it's already past. August 19th, 2024, December 24th, 2024, they're past already. It's past events. So hindsight, you could go back and review your chart and think of the time around those period. What were you trying to accomplish? What were you trying to do that were blocked, that were denied, delayed, restricted, limited, disappointed, right? So the good news is that we don't have this square again, this Jupiter Saturn square exact, and the final one. We won't see it again until June 15th of 2025. So between January 23rd until June 15th of 2025, there will not be a Jupiter Saturn square exact. Your chart, and now this is going to be looking into the future, and then be prepared for it. However, there will be the Jupiter square Saturn again, the energy again on April 30th, but it won't be exact. And if you're new to astrology, what is exact is, for example, Jupiter Gemini 14 degree square Saturn Pisces 14 degree. That's exact, but it wasn't 14 degree. If my memory served me right, on August 19th, 2024, that very first cycle of Jupiter square and Saturn exact, I believe it was 17 degree. I don't have my notes in front of me. I'm just chilling, sitting here. It's a Friday night. I didn't plan to do this podcast, episode number 2. Yeah, this is only my number 2. You kind of could tell, right? I'm not very polished right now. And you know what? Actually, I don't want to be polished. I just want to be Linda. So, okay. From now until April 30th, enjoy Jupiter. Because Jupiter is free now from the restrictions and limitations of Saturn. Okay? So if you, whatever new ideas, whatever new projects, whatever plans, whatever moves that you wanna make that were kind of, disappointed you since August of last year. For example, if you wanted to make more money, if you wanted to make a move on a job, right? It might be your opportunity now to do it until April 30th. So until episode 3, I don't know what I'm going to talk about in episode 3. I mean, it could be 3,000 episode. Astrology is like a lifetime. It's a lifelong journey. Astrology is a lifelong journey. So I'm never going to run out of things to talk about because the planets are moving by the minute, by the hours, by the week, by the month, by the years. So, and then on top of that, you will find me talk a lot about, in my podcast, I will talk a lot about, of course, new moon, full moon, and this unbelievable, transformational, very disruptive right now, but eventually will take us to a much better place for humanity. This Pluto in Aquarius transit. I think I will talk about Pluto in Aquarius transit that started already, that's going to end on 2043. It's a 20-year transit. I think I will talk about this in episode 3. I really think whoever, all the good people out there, and all the people who wants better, really have to pay attention to Pluto in Aquarius. It's at the beginning, it looks very, 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 very scary, disruptive, destruction. But in the end, it will work out. But it's going to take 20 years. 20 years is a long time. 20 years is a long time, but it takes a collective. It takes a movement. Humanity is not one person. Humanity is not a small group. Humanity is everybody. It's collective.